on the rear here. This is one that had a bunch of broke stuff. This and that. Well, my drama continues. Here's the rear grab rail. It looks like somebody painted it with clear. They didn't bother cleaning or anything, they just painted it. And they drilled 2 holes here, or drilled 1 hole. You can see on this one here, it's dirt in that hole, and it's got some rusty bolts in it. I don't know what the deal is. I think that this looks like it probably was the rear rail off of a different motorcycle. Might have been a VMAX, and they ground it up and put it in. And it's a pretty bad job any way you want to look at it. So I'll have to do a little digging on the internet to see what I'm going to do with this. Don't know what I'm going to do, but for sure I got to take this all apart, and so I can clean it and paint it. Well, after examining this a little more, it's obvious somebody got in here with looks like just a grinder. Tried to grind this thing to fit, and tried to drill some holes in it. Some of it's cracked. Apparently there are 2 versions of this, one with a sissy bar on it and another with a grab rail. I don't know what was happening here, but at any rate, the stuff that I found on eBay is really pricey. So I'm going to try to invent something to fix this. You know, we're looking at a $100, $150 at least for something that I don't even know if it'll work. So I'm gonna try to see if I can figure out how to maybe remachine this to where it will fit right. This is obviously a 3-piece thing here. Maybe I'll just put it all together and bolt it somehow and make it 1 piece. Gonna take a little thinking about this. Well, examining this a little closer, the stuff don't really look like corrosion. It looks like some kind of a foam or something. Was sprayed on here accidentally, or maybe on purpose. I thought it was just aluminum corrosion, but it looks more like foam glue or something. I'm not sure, but he kind of grounded out there so this piece would fit on. The bolt holes weren't in the right place. Now there's a problem with this because it's at an angle, and if I machine it to where it'll slide down in here, it'll obviously get smaller. I'm not sure what to do with this. I think I can just put my brackets on it to get it to be at the right place, or bolt it on the bike so I'll know exactly how far it is, and then maybe I can just JB weld this and bolt it together all in one piece and just make this a one-piece deal. I don't know what it'll do with trying to get all these brackets and shit back on here. We'd have to put it together and then glue it all up and then paint it, and it won't ever come apart again. I don't know. More thinking. Well, this is more or less how this all goes. That piece here holds a fender on, bolts into the frame here. From this side, don't look too bad, it looks pretty straight. But when you come back here to the back, you can see that this is, you know, it's obviously not even close to where it's supposed to go. This shouldn't be too much trouble. This is just a little piece of plastic with a bracket there for the thing, the little reflector. But this goes on. Of course, I got nuts on it, but that's in there close enough. I can make that work. But this whole piece has got to be in there really solid. And so it's kind of critical that it's exact dimensions, or, you know, within a millimeter or something. But this won't pull out or anything. I don't even have any bolts in it. It's held together with pressure. I think this is probably too wide. Most likely that's what cracked this this thing here. They could have wrecked it, screwed up the sissy bar, found another one off a different year or something, because it's obviously not the same age apart. And you know, considering that he just used a grinder, he didn't do too bad a job. But I can't have this on something that I'm trying to paint, and the only way really to fix this is just grind it down here on the back. This is going to be part of the strength of the thing. So whatever I do, I have to put a bolt in it. obviously be best from the inside, so this outside part would look alright. I don't know what I'm gonna do here. Obviously it's possible just to clean this all up and paint it. Sounds like somebody's rev limiter works. There's enough room for this to move around. I just have to decide what to do here. We're thinking. Yeah, I kind of decided that really the only way to salvage this and make it look right is to JB weld it all together. And I've got this little problem here. I've got maybe 2 millimeters. See, the frame of course will bend and pull in, but I've got about this outside is holding this apart about 2 millimeters, like I said. The outside edges are pretty close. So basically I need to machine a little off of the inside of this on both of them. So that at least this goes in flush against the frame like that. And I'm not putting any pressure on it. So I'll just put this in the milling machine, and that little line there is on both sides is how much needs to come off of here. This one a lot, almost down to nothing on the outside. Try to chew it up a little, see if I can get it fit a little better, then press on gluing it together. Well, I think I found out what broke it. If I pull this up to where the bottom bolt is in the top hole here, this is good on this edge here, it's good in the back on both sides. So this is probably where this sissy bar was originally, and I'm looking at the top of this. It looks like somebody has just cut this off with a hacksaw or something. And obviously when they only had one bolt in it, tried to pull it, maybe this thing got broken or wrecked, or don't know. But that's where one hole goes, and I'm pretty sure the sissy bar should be up about another inch. But the problem here now is that when it's up this high, I got a 3/8 of an inch there. So maybe they weren't too stupid, just rough. But if I shove it back down in there, then this will close back up on the frame. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to JB weld this whole thing together. I took a belt sander to it, cleaned it up here where to fit a little better, and makes it pretty straight. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to JB weld this whole thing together, bolt it down good, let it set, and then once it's all good and hard, then I'll grind it off where I can and try to make the edges look good, and I can finally paint this thing. A lot of work, and it'll be a custom one-of-a-kind thing. No way to have any interchangeable parts, but at least it'll all be one piece and solid and look good. Okay, it's in, JB welded together. Got some big holes here in the bottom. Of course I'll have to repair, but I can do that with Mondo. Basically, this is all in. It's all straight. I bolted it down good. It's solid. JB Weld is almost as strong as aluminum, if not stronger. I don't remember. But that should make it one piece, and then I'll put some little chrome screws or something in here just to give it some strength. For right now, I'm just using these old rusty ones to put pressure on it. So tomorrow should be plenty hard. JB Weld takes about 24 hours. I mean, it'll be probably good enough to fool with today, but anyway, change this from a 3-piece part to a 1-piece part. I still got enough room to get all of my little brackets and reflectors and all that stuff in here. And anyway, not much more to say about this. It's not what I would consider the best job in the world, but I think when I get done with it, it'll look alright. Alright, I started working on the rear here. This is one that had a bunch of rope stuff. This and that. Kind of got it together. Just sitting here loose. The aluminum bracket goes on the bottom. It's held on by a couple screws here. The tail light everything gets mounted into it. I still haven't figured out what the deal is with this reflector here. But that's approximately where it goes. Gotta get that in there and tighten it down. This business here is going to go in there somehow. I'm not exactly sure how that goes for the reflector. Concerned about that. But it's starting to look like a motorcycle a little bit. Let's keep on fooling with this thing until I get all the bolts in it and figure out the correct sequence of tightening it. This one here was going to be a problem. Can't get under there to hold the bolts. Well, I'll just keep on struggling with it. I'll get it together eventually. Well, here's the next day, and this JB weld is hardened. You can see where it's broke, and it all looks good. enough aluminum there, so looks like I've repaired this cover. I'm still going to paint it. I don't think I'm ever going to get it right here to make the Yamaha show up. Now I'm fooling around a little more with my scoops. I was going to paint the top part gold and try to leave this aluminum and polished. I worked on it a bit with some 220 sandpaper. Yeah, it looks alright. We're a long ways from polishing. What should be done is part that needs to be polished real good, and then masked, and then all of it primered and painted, and then once this tape's pulled off, there'll be a line here. That's not going to work out too good. I've also got this business, if I end it here, how is it going to end inside the scoop, halfway down or something? Ordinarily these top ones are the part that's shiny and the bottom is painted. So I got a lot of work here to get these things polished. You can see on this one the factory polish job, but anyway, it's a lot of work. And then the painting itself is not only more work, it's a lot more difficult. And I'll always have this line here that's subject to being hit and so forth. Anyway, I got the Bondo finished here. I can't feel anything on either one of them. I've got some good epoxy primer. I think the easiest and probably the best way would be just to paint the whole thing epoxy. And that leaves me what's going to happen with this project. Just go ahead and paint this whole air scoop. Be a lot easier. I don't know if it'll look any better, but it'd be a lot easier, and I'm just gonna go ahead and do that. I'll give you a little try on this epoxy primer. Maybe I'll get you a little video how to use it.